In the mysterious corners of our ancient world, where legends blur with reality, astonishing discoveries await those bold enough to seek the truth. From the legendary Kraken that has haunted sailors for centuries to mysterious creatures recently found by fishermen, here are 20 mythical creatures that actually existed in real life. Number 20. Vampire deer. In the depths of our mysterious natural world, there's a fascinating creature known as the vampire deer. These extraordinary beings resemble something out of a thrilling Blade movie. What makes them unique are their menacing teeth. However, despite their name, they are actually a type of Chinese water deer commonly found in European countries. The very thought of encountering a blood-sucking deer lurking in the forest is undeniably unnerving. However, fear not, for these deer possess no thirst for your blood. Those menacing teeth, though terrifying in appearance, serve no purpose other than to mesmerize and impress. It's a case of nature's trickery, where their striking dental features are simply for show. Ordinarily, one would expect a male deer to boast majestic antlers atop its head, much like their brethren in the animal kingdom. But this particular subspecies of musk deer deviates from the norm. Instead of antlers, they grow sharp fangs from their upper jaws, reminiscent of a vampire's deadly canines. It's sad to know that white-bellied musk deer are endangered and close to disappearing forever. They are at risk because people value their musk pods, which are used in expensive perfumes. With only a few of these amazing creatures left, they might soon become nothing more than a myth. Number 19. Roc. Imagine being glad you weren't born when a dangerous predator, the eagle, was around. But you should be even more thankful you never encountered a creature named Roc. The eagle only hunted individuals, but Roc, also known as the Roc, had a bigger appetite and attacked entire communities. Settlers said Roc lived on an island off Africa's coast, and it was so huge that it could lift an elephant. It was truly a formidable beast. Scientists, curious about the tales of this colossal creature, decided to investigate further. Their findings revealed that the Roc was actually a species called Epiornis, or elephant bird. These incredible birds weighed about half a ton and grew up to an astounding 10 feet in height, making them the largest birds to ever exist. These magnificent creatures resided in Madagascar, an island situated off the African coast. Therefore, it matched the description of Roc's supposed dwelling. However, it's important to note that despite their immense size, these Epiornis were flightless. This means they couldn't soar through the skies like other birds. Also, experts discovered that there are no longer any native bird species in Madagascar. Tragically, the Epiornis, with its impressive size and unique presence, fell victim to human activities and eventually went extinct. It is believed that humans hunted them relentlessly until they vanished from existence. Number 18. Kraken. Deep in the ocean, there is a creature that has fascinated sailors for ages, the mighty Kraken. This legendary sea monster is known for its terrifying nature, striking fear into the hearts of those who encountered it. Described as a colossal octopus-like creature, the Kraken held a deep resentment towards humans. It delighted in causing ships to sink and devouring the unfortunate sailors. Its immense strength allowed it to pull down even the strongest vessels with its powerful arms. If a ship proved stubborn, the Kraken would swim in menacing circles, creating a deadly whirlpool to swallow the doomed ship. Scientists think the modern giant squid might be the real inspiration for the Kraken myth. However, the giant squid is smaller and less violent than described. There's no evidence it sank ships like the Kraken supposedly did. In 1863, a fossil of a giant squid found on a Danish shoreline linked it to the Kraken. But the Kraken is still mysterious, lurking in the deep waters where its true nature remains unknown. The largest giant squid ever discovered measured an astounding 18 meters in length. These colossal creatures often find themselves hunted by sperm whales, who consider them a source of sustenance. Although they tend to flee upon encountering these formidable predators, there are instances where giant squids courageously stand their ground and engage in battles for survival. Number 17. Lowland streaked tenrec. Lowland streaked tenrecs are fascinating creatures that inhabit the tropical lowland rainforests of Madagascar. Despite their small size, measuring around 5.5 to nearly 7 inches long, these critters are incredibly distinctive. They have black, spiny bodies adorned with vibrant yellow stripes, giving them the appearance of spiky bumblebees. Spotting them amidst the lush greenery would be quite easy. These mythical-looking creatures are active both during the day and night, exploring their habitat with curiosity. They have developed interesting techniques for finding food. By stamping their feet on the ground, they create vibrations that attract earthworms, which they consider a delicious meal. Also, they have long snouts that they skillfully poke into the soil, effortlessly uncovering hidden treasures. However, despite their resourcefulness, these creatures face significant challenges. The continuous deforestation of their rainforest homes threatens their populations. The loss of habitat disrupts their natural way of life and makes it harder for them to find food and suitable shelter. Additionally, these adorable creatures are sometimes hunted for their meat, further contributing to their declining numbers. It is essential for us to recognize the uniqueness and vulnerability of these enchanting creatures and take steps to protect their habitat and ensure their survival for generations to come. Number 16. Yeti. The legendary creature known as the Yeti, also called the abominable snowman, is said to dwell in the majestic Himalayan mountain range of Asia. Numerous attempts have been made to gather evidence supporting the existence of the Yeti, but thus far we are mostly left with intriguing but inconclusive accounts. We mainly have eyewitness testimonies describing a big ape-like creature as our evidence. However, people often doubt these accounts because there's not enough solid proof. We've seen some blurry videos, unclear photos, and footprints, but they could easily be from other animals or even hoaxes. Even the most convincing sightings have been proven false, so we're no closer to knowing if the Yeti is real or just a legend. It's believed that the idea of the Yeti came from Sherpa folklore, possibly because they mistook animals like yaks, bears, or other large creatures for it. People often compare the Yeti to North America's Bigfoot because of their similarities. Eyewitnesses say the Yeti is a large creature covered in fur, often brown, gray, or white. It walks on two legs and has long, sharp teeth, making it mysterious. Sightings became more common in the 20th century when Western explorers started exploring the mountains. They found unusual tracks and signs of unknown creatures, sparking curiosity and expeditions to find the elusive Yeti. However, despite extensive efforts, there is no solid evidence of its existence. Now it's time for today's topic. A group of seasoned Mexican fishermen, sailing in the Gulf of America, experienced a day they would never forget. Initially, they believed they were tracking a whale, a common sight in these waters. The massive silhouette beneath the waves seemed typical at first, but as they moved closer, something extraordinary emerged. The water erupted in a frenzy, and what surfaced was no ordinary whale. Towering above the waves was a creature straight out of folklore. Its sharp, glistening teeth and pale, shark-like body sent chills through the fishermen. The creature's bulging eyes seemed to lock onto them with an eerie awareness, exuding an almost sentient menace. One of the fishermen managed to capture a photo before panic set in, and they quickly steered their boat to safety. The photo has since gone viral, sparking a flurry of online speculation. Some suggest it might be evidence of a surviving prehistoric predator, while others believe it's a cryptid, one of the mythical sea creatures long rumored by sailors but never confirmed. Skeptics argue it could be an elaborate hoax or a misidentified marine animal. Yet, those who saw it firsthand insist they encountered something truly otherworldly. Could the Gulf of America harbor more secrets waiting to surface? Number 15. Chupacabra. The legendary chupacabra is a creature that has fascinated people for decades. It's a mysterious being that has been sighted in various countries, and its appearance can vary depending on the location. In the Americas, where it is most well known, the name chupacabra translates to goatsucker because it is believed to attack and drink the blood of livestock, especially goats. Descriptions of the chupacabra can differ, with some people envisioning it as reptilian-like, while others think of it as more alien in nature. However, there are common features that many agree upon. It is often described as being about the size of a small bear, with spines running from its neck to the base of its tail, although some speculate that it resembles a dog more than a bear. Sightings of the chupacabra have been reported since the 1970s, spanning across different countries. People claim to have seen it not only in the Americas from Maine to Chile, but also in other countries such as the Philippines and Russia. The chupacabra's existence gained widespread attention in 1975 when a series of livestock killings occurred in the town of Mocha in Puerto Rico. Farmers in the area reported that their animals were being killed and drained of blood through small, circular incisions. However, forensic experts later attributed the mass killings to street dogs. Number 14. Mata-mata turtle. Among the numerous types of turtles in the world, the mata-mata turtle stands out as one of the most extraordinary species. It is a freshwater turtle found in the Amazon and Orinoco basins of South America. This peculiar turtle was first documented in 1741 and is known for its distinct features. Mata-mata turtles are large and slow-moving. They have unique triangular heads with a horn on their tubular snout, along with tubercles and flaps of skin. They have 4 barbels on their upper jaw and 3 on their chin. These turtles can grow up to 37 inches long and weigh up to 46 pounds. They are mostly found in stagnant pools, marshes, and slow-moving streams. While they are aquatic, they often stay in shallow water, poking their snouts above the surface to breathe. These turtles are carnivorous, feeding primarily on invertebrates and fish. When they discover a desired prey, they employ a clever hunting technique. They move the prey to shallow water, encircle it, and wave their front legs to prevent any escape attempts. Then, they open their mouths, creating a rush of water that essentially scoops the fish into their waiting mouths. Due to their unique and fascinating characteristics, Matamata turtles have gained popularity in the exotic pet trade market. However, it is important to note that keeping them as pets requires specialized care and knowledge due to their specific habitat requirements. Number 13. Megalania. Forget about the monitor lizards we know today because there were even scarier creatures in the past. During the Pleistocene era in Australia, there were enormous lizards called megalania. These were the largest land-dwelling lizards ever, reaching lengths up to 23 feet and weighing a mind-boggling 4,277 pounds, heavier than a small car. Just the idea of coming face-to-face with one is enough to give you chills. We have discovered fossils of megalania that are about 50,000 years old, which means they lived alongside Australia's early human settlers. It's possible that these ancient humans played a role in the extinction of megalania. Can you imagine the terrifying encounters they might have had with their immense size? Experts believe that megalania had a voracious appetite. They would have feasted on medium to large animals, including giant marsupials, birds, chicks, and eggs. Their bodies were robust, and their legs were powerful, allowing them to chase down their prey. Their massive skulls and jaws were armed with razor-sharp, serrated teeth that could tear through flesh effortlessly. It's enough to make your skin crawl. But hold on, it gets even more terrifying. Some scientists speculate that megalania might have been venomous, like their modern relatives, the Komodo dragon and Nile monitor. These nightmarish lizards may have possessed toxins secreting oral glands, adding a venomous bite to their already fearsome arsenal. Number 12. Frilled lizard. Among the many fascinating lizards that often appear more like creatures of myth than reality, the frilled lizard stands out as one of the most extraordinary. Also known as the frilled dragon or frill-necked lizard, this species inhabits northern Australia and southern New Guinea. What sets them apart is the large frill that adorns their necks, which is made of cartilage connected to their jawbone. Typically, these lizards keep their frills pressed against their bodies, while they leisurely spend their days lounging in trees and feasting on small vertebrates and insects. However, when they feel threatened, they unveil their stunning frills. Frilled lizards dramatically open their mouths wide, revealing a vibrant display of yellow or pink lining that seamlessly transitions into hues of orange and red scales. This exhibition serves multiple purposes, including warding off predators, engaging in courtship rituals, and asserting dominance during territorial disputes. Interestingly, the coloration of their frills can vary depending on their habitat. If they reside in clay-filled environments, their frills will feature shades of brown, red, and orange, blending harmoniously with the surroundings. Conversely, frilled lizards inhabiting tropical regions predominantly exhibit frills with hues of green, gray, and brown. Number 11. Moby Dick. While Moby Dick is a fictional story, there is an intriguing connection to real-life events that inspired the author, Herman Melville. Historians have discovered that Melville drew inspiration from the fascinating encounters between 19th-century whalers and menacing whales. These encounters with murderous whales provided a wealth of stories that fueled Melville's imagination. Imagine being chased relentlessly by a huge whale that craves flesh and bones. No wonder the sailors on whaling ships became brave in the face of such peril. There are many stories of whales causing trouble for these sailors. One famous incident occurred in November 1820, when a massive sperm whale attacked and sank the whale ship Essex. Though 20 crew members escaped on smaller boats, only 5 survived the terrifying journey, stranded for 89 days before reaching land. There were many instances of deadly whales that had a strong impact on whalers. One whale, in particular, fascinated Melville, an enormous white whale known for its violent tendencies that haunted the Pacific Ocean. Whalers shared stories of courageous whales fighting back against their hunters, earning a reputation for their formidable nature. Melville drew inspiration from these accounts to create his story, and it seems that there was indeed a notable white whale in the 19th century that troubled sailors, lending credibility to Melville's imaginative tale. Number 10. Poakai. In ancient legends, there was a huge bird known as Poakai, or Old Glutton. This remarkable bird could fly and was famous for snatching humans from the ground and eating them in remote areas. Imagine the enormous size of a bird that could effortlessly carry a person through the sky. It was so mighty that nobody dared to challenge it. Fast forward to 1871, when an explorer named Frederick Richardson discovered an interesting creature at the Canterbury Museum. Surprisingly, this creature, once considered a myth, turned out to be real. Today, it is called the Haast's eagle, named for its never-ending hunger. The Haast's eagle was a massive bird that used to roam the earth. It had impressive wings that spanned 3 meters. Its favorite prey was the moa bird, a magnificent avian species weighing between 100 and 250 kilograms. Since humans are generally lighter than moa birds, the host's eagles might have considered us tasty treats. This unique predator-prey relationship suggests that the host's eagle and moa bird evolved separately from humans, explaining why they have an inherent inclination to feast on us. Interestingly, these remarkable birds have a long history in New Zealand that predates the arrival of humans. It's possible that early humans who wore clothes resembling feathers were mistaken for moa birds by the host's eagles. Alternatively, the host's eagles might have simply wanted to diversify their diet and found humans to be an enticing addition. Number 9. Thorny devil. The thorny devil, also known as Moloch horridus, is a small lizard found in Australia. Despite being only 8.3 inches long, including their tail, they stand out due to their unique appearance. These lizards have 2 large, horned scales on their heads, giving them a devilish look. But that's not all. They have spines covering their bodies, acting as armor against predators. Additionally, they have a clever defense mechanism. They possess a false head, which helps them deceive and camouflage themselves from threats. This amazing creature is a master of deception. When it spots a predator, it quickly hides its real head and shows a false head on its neck. This fake head, made of soft tissue, tricks potential attackers. Most predators are not interested in the lizard, and even if they are curious, the thorny devil's sharp spines make it very difficult to swallow. It's like a real-life magic trick. These fascinating creatures inhabit various regions of Central Australia, particularly dry scrublands and deserts. To survive in these harsh conditions, they eat ants and cleverly gather moisture for hydration. Here's an astonishing fact. Thorny devils can absorb moisture through their skin. When morning dew touches their skin, it is transported to their mouths. It's like having their own built-in hydration system. Number 8. Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie, is a legendary creature that is said to inhabit Loch Ness, a freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands. While not widely discussed in North America, if you were to visit Scotland and ask locals about tourist activities, learning about this mysterious creature would be highly recommended. Nessie is a large creature with a long neck and humps, known for being secretive. Despite many claimed sightings, no one has captured a clear photo or provided conclusive evidence of its existence. The Loch Ness Monster story gained popularity in the 1930s when George Spicer claimed to have seen it, which led to numerous letters describing sightings of dragons, sea serpents, and a monster fish. Eventually, it became known as the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately called Nessie. Since the 1940s, the earliest reports of the Loch Ness Monster date back to the 6th century. According to an account by Adamnan, abbot of Iona, a man swimming in the River Ness was attacked and dragged underwater by a water beast. While many alleged sightings have been debunked as mistaken identities, such as bird flocks or other animals, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster remains captivating and adds to the mystery surrounding it. It is an intriguing part of Scottish folklore. Number 7. Agapogo. Agapogo is a fascinating lake monster that shares a striking resemblance to the legendary Loch Ness Monster of Scotland. It has become deeply rooted in Canadian folklore, and is said to inhabit Okanagan Lake in the westernmost province of British Columbia. While some experts trace the origins of Agapogo back to the folklore of the First Nations people, it has now become a commercial symbol and a beloved representation of the region. Most accounts describe Agapogo as a massive creature with a serpentine-like body and smooth, dark skin. It is said to measure around 50 feet in length, with a diameter thicker than a telephone pole. Interestingly, Agapogo is believed to possess incredible speed, propelled by a large tail and capable of coiling its body vertically. The first recorded sighting of Agapogo, a legendary creature, was in 1872 by Susan Allison. However, it wasn't until 1968 that another detailed sighting occurred. A man named Art Folden filmed something he believed to be Agapogo while driving on Highway 97. Analysis later showed that the creature was closer to the shore, making it appear smaller and slower. This led to speculation that it might have been a real animal like an otter or beaver, rather than a mythical beast. Number 6. Saiga antelope. Saiga antelopes are fascinating creatures that can seem almost mythical. These critically endangered antelopes once inhabited a vast area of the Eurasian steppe, but now their population has drastically declined, and they can only be found in small numbers in Russia and Kazakhstan. To say that they're in trouble is an understatement. There are now only about 50,000 of them left. Saiga antelopes have unique characteristics that set them apart. They stand at around 32 inches tall at the shoulder and can weigh up to approximately 152 pounds, with a head and body length of about 55 inches. They possess distinct features, such as bloated, downward-facing nostrils on their noses. They also have dark marks on their cheeks and nose, along with long, impressive 4.5-inch ears. The male saigas sport thick, wax-colored horns that are slightly translucent and can have up to 20 rings. These horns can grow to a length of about 15 inches. Most saiga antelopes live in large herds and thrive in open woodlands, grasslands, steppes, and semi-desert regions. They have adapted to consume a wide range of plants, including those that other animals cannot eat due to their poisonous nature. This dietary flexibility allows saiga antelopes to utilize resources that are inaccessible to many other animals. Number 5. Platypus. The platypus is a real animal that is incredibly extraordinary, almost like something out of a fantasy. Let's dive into its remarkable features. Firstly, it's a mammal that lays eggs, which is quite unusual. But that's not all. The platypus is one of the few venomous mammals on Earth. Yes, these cute creatures have venom. Don't worry though, it's harmless to humans. And there's more. Their fur can actually glow under ultraviolet light, like a magical creature from a fairy tale. Just picture a shimmering platypus in the dark. It's truly mesmerizing. Their appearance is equally fascinating. They have a beaver-like tail that they use for storing food, webbed feet for swimming, and a long snout that looks like a duck's bill. It's an eclectic combination of features that makes them truly one of a kind. Not only are platypuses extraordinary physically, but they also hold a special place in various cultures. For instance, some Aboriginal Australians used to believe that the platypus was a hybrid of a duck and a water rat. Other Aboriginal groups consider the platypus as a totem, holding symbolic meaning and significance. The Wadi Wadi people, living along the Murray River, particularly revere the platypus. The uniqueness of the platypus has even earned it the role of a mascot. Sid the platypus proudly represented the Sydney 2000 Olympics, capturing the hearts of people worldwide. And if you're familiar with the Darwin operating system, you might recognize Hexley the platypus as its official mascot. Number 4. Mermaids. Humans have a natural inclination to embellish and decorate various objects, ranging from everyday lunchboxes to fun bobble hats adorned with enchanting mermaid illustrations. However, it's important to note that these captivating creatures exist solely in the realms of myths and legends, rather than in our physical reality. Mermaids, the legendary sea creatures, have long been featured in tales passed down through seafaring cultures since ancient times. They have been accused of causing shipwrecks and luring unsuspecting sailors into their seductive traps. Yet, despite these intriguing stories, there is absolutely no concrete evidence supporting the existence of mermaids outside the pages of storybooks. Throughout history, artists and storytellers have depicted fascinating beings that are half human and half animal, as well as an abundance of magical female figures. But why have mermaids managed to firmly embed themselves in our collective consciousness? The answer remains somewhat mysterious. One possible explanation is that the vast unknown depths of the oceans leave ample room for our imaginations to wander. The hidden underwater world, concealed from our direct view, allows for boundless speculation and fantasy. It may simply be easier for us to believe in the existence of mermaids because the mysteries of the deep sea ignite our imagination and curiosity. So, the question remains, do you still believe in mermaids? Number 3. Vogelkop Superbird of Paradise. The Vogelkop Superbird of Paradise, also known as the crescent-shaped Lafarina or coral-capped bird of paradise, is a fascinating bird that can be found exclusively in the Bird's Head Peninsula. Initially, it was considered a subspecies of the Superbird of Paradise until it was officially recognized as a distinct species in 2018. This recognition was based on its unique behaviors and remarkable appearance. This bird, discovered by Ernst Mayr in the 1930s, has remarkable black feathers that can absorb almost all light, making it look otherworldly. These birds live in the mountainous areas of western New Guinea, Indonesia, and can be seen flying at heights of up to 6,561 feet. It's truly awe-inspiring to imagine these creatures effortlessly navigating their lofty habitat. The birds of paradise family is diverse and captivating, with most species found in Australia, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea. One remarkable member is the Vogelkop Superbird of Paradise. Overall, there are around 44 species and 17 genera. What makes them mesmerizing is their stunning feathers, which extend from their beak, tail, head, and wings, creating unique displays for each species. They thrive in dense rainforest environments where they feast on fruits and arthropods. The lush ecosystem provides them with the perfect backdrop to showcase their dazzling plumage and engage in unique mating rituals. Number 2. Montauk Monster. The Montauk Monster is an intriguing creature that captured people's attention when it appeared in Montauk, New York, in 2008. It was a mysterious animal that washed up on Ditch Plains Beach and was discovered by Jenna Hewitt and her 3 friends. At first, no one knew what it was, leading to wild speculations and rumors. Some people jokingly speculated that the creature was a mutant experiment from the Plum Island Animal Disease Center, while others believed there was a big cover-up with the corpse being hidden away. News articles offered various theories, suggesting it could be a turtle without a shell, a dog, a large rodent, or even a fake creation. Despite the initial confusion, a few solid theories emerged. Experts and wildlife specialists suggested that the creature could be a coyote, a sheep, a sea turtle, or a rodent. However, the prevailing conclusion came from paleozoologist Aaron Naish, backed by American biologists and wildlife conservationist Jeffrey Corwin. They determined that the Montauk Monster was actually a raccoon. The raccoon's dentition, front paws, and skull shape were consistent with those of a raccoon, and its peculiar appearance was attributed to decomposition in the water. This unexpected revelation debunked the more fantastical ideas and provided a more ordinary explanation for the Montauk Monster's identity. Number 1. Venezuelan poodle moth. The Venezuelan poodle moth is an incredibly peculiar creature that might seem like something out of a fantasy world. It wasn't until 2009 that we even knew they existed. These mysterious moths earned their name because they resemble a curious blend of a poodle and a moth. They have a strange yet endearing appearance that can be both cute and terrifying at the same time. One remarkable feature of these moths is their body covered in what appears to be fluffy white fur. It's as if they're wearing a soft, furry coat. The discovery of these moths happened when a zoologist named Arthur Anker from the Federal University of Ceará in Brazil shared a picture of them on his Flickr page. He stumbled upon this tiny insect with a mere 1-inch wingspan while exploring the Canaima National Park in Venezuela. When experts tried to identify the genus of this extraordinary creature, they were left perplexed with many question marks. However, some researchers suggest that it might be related to the furry muslin moth. It's astonishing to think that, despite the vast number of animals we already know, nature continues to surprise us with such bizarre and unique creatures like the Venezuelan poodle moth. In fact, scientists believe that there are thousands of new insect species awaiting discovery each year in the South American rainforests. Which of these mythical creatures intrigued you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.